Welcome to Zine, a podcast that features conversations with zinesters about their work. I'm your host, Sumner Levesque. In this episode, Matt and I tabled at the Vancouver Art Book Fair to promote the podcast. Because we had the unique opportunity to talk with multiple zinesters in person, we decided to feature multiple artists in one episode. We talked with various exhibitors about their work in a series of short interviews. We hope you enjoy this Vancouver-based SUPERSODE of sorts. In our first interview, we talked with Deniz Beser, a curator and artist from Istanbul, who publishes a zine called Heyt. We talk about how it's made, the international zine community, and the importance of freedom of speech. Y'all ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready. I'm from Istanbul, Turkey. I'm living in Vienna between Istanbul, 6 months in Vienna, 6 months in Istanbul. I'm 32 years old. I'm an actually interdisciplinary artist and publisher. Also, I'm working as a curator. I do some exhibitions with some artists. Yeah, this is the story. Also, I publish a zine called Heyt. Heyt means wow in Turkish.
Yeah, because it's Heyt, right?
Yeah, Heyt, right pronunciation.
Awesome. Yes.
And why did you choose that title?
Because we were just trying to collect some wow works for us. In the beginning, we were just trying to do our best as an illustration, as an artworks, and then we just started to make some open call for other artists. At the end, we were just making a collection, making an exhibition on the paper.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, because it's so Heyt to me it reminded me of certain kind of fanzines and stuff, because you've got some awesome cutouts and everything, but then at the same time it's also very put together, it's very orchestrated and everything. I feel like it has a good balance between the two.
Yeah, you are right. We are just making a zine without using any computer. So
wow.
All layouts are handmade and it's pure cut and paste technique. That's why it's just gonna be, let's say, all pages are just gonna be unique because of that reason. And I'm making that distribution to 8 different countries like
wow.
Brazil, Austria, Germany, Italy, Greece, Spain. So there is some distros that they are my friends who are helping me. Also, I help them. I do the Turkey distributions for their zines. And there is a solidarity in independent publication scene. That's why I really like that kind of collaborations.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So because first of all, for us, I know in the States, we know people in Los Angeles, we're selling zines today for people that we know in the LA area and all. But it sounds like that you it's not just within Istanbul, it's Turkey and Spain and Austria. We talked a little bit last night about it, but it is the zine community in Europe and I guess including Istanbul or Turkey.
Yeah,
it's the morning, you guys.
No problem.
Kick it in.
All is fine.
Yeah. Would you say that there's a lot more community within the zine community out there?
As I experienced, there is a great zine community in European countries. And 4 years ago, I just started to travel to some different kind of zine festivals, art book fairs. Yeah, I have been in several organizations in Switzerland, Spain, Greece, Italy. So as I experienced, there was lots of solidarity and communication on that community. So day by day, I'm gonna get more contacts from all around the world. So we are just trying to do our best and helping each other. So it's given the best results at the end.
And what is the zine community like in Istanbul?
Actually, our zine community is a bit small, but doesn't mean that we aren't effective. So micro gives a big effects to macro. In Turkey, there is a hard life. I mean, there isn't any freedom about your expressions. You are always living with some pressures. And that political atmosphere is quite hard. I mean, there is almost a dictatorialship in Turkey. And our president, Tayyip Erdogan, is one of the hardest guy, and he doesn't give a space for the artists, for the journalists, for the academicians. So most of important figures are in the prison nowadays.
Wow.
So zines are illegal publications actually in Turkey. When they see that kind of things, especially you have some political essays, political stuff, it can be totally terrible.
Yeah.
And you can find yourself in the prison because of that reason. For example, one of my painter friends is in the prison right now because of her painting. She was just making a painting which was related to the war of East Side in Turkey, But somehow we are just trying to survive and making a solidarity.
Yeah. Wow, that's, I know, right in the States, we're dealing with a president that shall not be named on the podcast. But I can't even imagine what it would be like to be in the situation where, freedom of expression is not free. You have to really, it's almost like you really have to believe it. You really have to go for it. And would you say that your zine here kind of helps with that? Kind of helps people find their own creative freedom in Turkey?
Somehow we are trying to do, but of course our concept is based on contemporary art, illustration, music, and literature. There is just few political stuff inside of it. We are a bit afraid of that kind of situation. That's why we have some anonymous zines.
Wow.
So there isn't any name like Heyt on it.
Yeah.
So we are just printing that kind of scenes without any name on it. So that kind of publications can help to get that solidarity and to get that kind of freedom expression, let's say.
And does the solidarity and community kind of help just to find support with one another, especially in the political climate?
Yeah, there is several community. Politically, they support each other. But nowadays, even that kind of communities aren't quite active in political scene because, as I told you before, all kind of important persons are in the prison and all of Turkish people just started to be afraid of all kind of details. Even they cannot talk about politics on the street because there is lots of contrary people who doesn't believe to secular country understanding. They are just living like a conservative people. So that's the problem.
Wow.
Well, I don't want to take a hard turn. Because this is really important information to talk about. Because I'm kind of sort of familiar, just some news bits here and there and videos about what's happening with Turkey with the current, is it president or prime minister?
There is one of complicated issue. I think let's talk about zines. Let's talk about zines. Otherwise, we will be going on to speak about politics, but we can never finish this topic. So let's change the topic, and I can talk about our Zcene Fest of Istanbul.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be super
And
great.
this is totally a happy topic than that one, let's say.
Okay. How many people contribute to the Zcene Fest in Istanbul?
Actually, in 2016, we started to organize Fanzinist Zcene Fest of Istanbul. In the beginning, there was 80 different participants, contributors from different kind of countries like Sweden, Spain, Germany. And then second edition was gonna be totally better than before. And we were hosting 110 contributors, even from Brazil, South Africa. They were just coming to Turkey, and we were trying to help about their accommodation. They were staying in my flat. And also, when I was going to Spain, I was staying in their place.
Great.
They were hosting me in their Zine festivals. Yeah, that's the solidarity that I really want to say. This kind of Zine festivals really help to get lots of great opportunities. And I really like the advantages of that kind of organization. I mean, there's gonna be lots of friendship, great memories. Yeah, this is what I like about zines.
And what has stood out to you about the Vancouver Art Book Fair here?
I'm really actually happy to be in Vancouver Art Book Fair, and Lisa Curry, is the director of Vancouver Art Book Fair. We are an old friend actually. We met in Istanbul in 2012, and she was talking about her organization, and suddenly 5 months ago she just invited me to this fair, and I was quite happy, and she invited me about a speech. So tomorrow I will be making a speech.
Oh, good.
And I will be talking about Turkish underground publications scene. So let's see, I will be making my improvisation while talking with my broken English.
Well, it sounds very interesting. I look forward to that.
So at Heyt, because it's like a collaborative zine, so there's multiple people that are in this, or is it more like you're curating the zine and then putting it together?
Actually, we are two persons who make this zine, Heyt, Sedef Karakaş and me, Deniz Beser. So, but Sedef Karakaş is quite busy. She's working for one of advertisement agency.
Okay.
She's full-time mother slave.
Oh.
And I'm an independent artist. I can do whatever I want in this life. So I do the 80% of this zine.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like distribution, like making that layout, and making that PR, social media things.
Yeah.
To go to different kind of zine fairs, to make a tour. Yeah, those are my job.
Oh, man.
But let's say it's gonna be one of collaborative works, because we are always accept different kind of international artist works.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome.
Can you speak a little about issue number 10, Obscene?
Yeah, this is Obscene Them. So we were just trying to collect some hardcore images, and there is some works from States, Japan, Italy, Germany. For example, Alexis Mabry has one of great illustration, and he was making one of images which was totally breaking cat images, and there is gonna be one of upside down results as a visual. So let's talk about artists from Japan, Shintaro Kago. This is the one of the crazy image. It's really hard to tell about this one, but you should check that out.
Yeah.
And you can have Heyt zine from our website.
And what is your website?
Heytbefanzin.com is our website. And also we use Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can find me from there.
Okay, and we will provide links to that on our website.
Perfect.
And
Thank you.
Instagram, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us,
Thank you very
Deniz.
much.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure for me.
Thank
It
you
was a
very
pleasure
much.
for us. Yeah, it's so great. We haven't talked to anyone outside of like Canada and the U.S. before, so this is a big opportunity for us. And like, it was great to hear that like just what's happening outside of our own world. Like,
Yeah.
and it's important to know, but it's also exciting and
Yeah,
everything.
you
so,
are right.
Yeah.
You are right. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
this interview.
Yeah, no
Thank you
problem.
so
Thank you,
much.
man. Yeah.